So welcome everyone and my dear delegates, good evening. So now we are speaking on endurance. You know, endurance is quite a common term we've been listening regularly nowadays. And what is it basically, and what is it, and how is it different, and how it is different from strength, or what exactly it is? Endurance test, yo-yo test, all those tests to listen. So endurance is many terminologies such as endurance per se itself, aerobic, anaerobic, lactate thresholds, and the zone of training. To start with,
I think I grew up for years not
so this
really
is what an
knowing
endurance.
how to express myself.
You know, any
Feeling
sports
like there was
person
a
goes to this
disconnect
phase
between, I guess, the
when
person
he
that I
or she
thought I
feels
was.
neglected, or he or she feels slow.
That led to a lot of really dark moments in my life. Dealing with depression and dealing with anxiety growing up, I learnt to lean on that stronger side of myself.
So it's not only
I
physical.
learned to push myself physically
The mental thing
and
too plays a role.
express myself creatively, and those two things were kind of
A sports
my
person
way of connecting with the
fights
person that I
with
thought
himself
I
first.
actually was.
His mind, his body, he fights with his family, and then comes his sports, then other sports individual. So with lot of perseverance and hard work,
It's just me and the road,
lot of
me on
exercises,
pavement, and
loneliness.
it's just me and I guess the pain. That pain puts me in a place where I completely lose sensation with everything else. All I have to do is put one foot in front of the other or keep moving forward, and I think that is a special place that I have really needed many times in my life.
So it's basically the continuous and regular hard work.
Cardio
So now what is aerobic?
during sustained physical activity. The cardiorespiritual system is made up of the cardiovascular system, which is the heart, the blood and the blood vessels,
And
the
we have the respiratory system,
which is your
the
lungs and airways.
lungs and the lung airway.
Cardiorespiritual system is responsible for the uptake of the oxygen that we breathe in, the transport of nutrients and oxygen around the body, and the removal of waste products such as carbon dioxide. Aerobic endurance is important for any sport and activity over a prolonged period of time. Therefore, in long distance running, cycling and triathlons, aerobic endurance is one of the most important components of fitness for that athlete. This is because it allows them to meet the physical demands of their sport. For example, where they will be required to run up and down the pitch countless times during a match. Aerobic endurance as
Then we have the aerobic-
cardiorespiratory endurance.
Then we have the anaerobic endurance. So this is basically a mixture of high thirst and energy when you do multiple exercises in a very minimal of time without losing much of oxygen from your body. Then what is lactate threshold?
Have you ever reached a point in your runs when your body feels like it just can't move forward? You may be witnessing a lactate threshold. So what exactly is lactate threshold? Lactate is a compound produced in your body during exercise. Under normal circumstances, your body clears the lactate faster than it is produced. When you run at higher intensities for long periods of time, the lactate begins to accumulate in the blood. The point at which your body produces lactate faster than it can clear is called the lactate threshold. At this point of excess blood lactate, you may experience hitting the wall, a condition that forces you to slow down or stop your activity. With consistent training, you may be able to improve your lactate threshold. This means that you may also be able to run longer at higher intensities.
So it's a point during exhaustive all-out exercise at which lactate builds in the bloodstream, and for a well-trained runner this usually occurs when they are at about 90% of the maximum heart rate corresponding to the pace somewhere between 10k and the half marathon race pace.